Chapter number 19 of our video lesson series on the textbook Path to Righteousness is entitled Keep On Keeping On. We're going to talk today about the importance of enduring and the importance of finishing the race. Acts chapter 20 and verse 24 says, "But none of these things move me, neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy in the ministry which I have received of the Lord Jesus." 2 Timothy has a couple of things to say about this topic. It says in 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 5, "Endure afflictions." It goes on in verse 7 to say, "I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith." Life as a Christian can be compared to the story in Mark chapter 4. We hear Jesus say, "Let us pass over unto the other side." We often think that the Christian walk is going to be an easy road, free from problems and free from trials, but this is not what Jesus promised us. When we get into the middle of the journey across, we realize that there is a great storm. The winds and the waves begin to beat against our boat, and we wonder like the disciples, where is Jesus now? Where is he in the middle of the storm, in the trial, in the struggle, and in the difficulty? We wonder like the disciples, is Jesus asleep? Has he forgotten about me? Does he even know that I'm in the middle of this struggle? And when we find him in prayer, we exclaim, "Master, don't you care that we are about to perish? Don't you know that we are in the middle of a struggle and a difficulty? Our boat is going down." And Jesus stands up in the middle of our problems and he says, "Peace, be still." And sometimes we have to wonder, is he speaking to us or is he speaking to our storm? Once again, we're left thinking, what kind of God is this? Even the winds and the waves of our problems have to obey him. From the story in Mark chapter 4, we realize a number of things. First of all, we realize that Jesus wants us to get to the other side. What a wonderful realization. We realize that it is he that controls the storm. We realize that when we are with him, we will not drown. Our boat will not sink. And we realize that he is in the boat with us. Jesus never promised us a trouble-free life, but he did say, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." John chapter 16 and verse 33. We will have problems and trials, but the difference is that Jesus is there and he will help us to overcome every struggle, every fire, every storm, every trial, and every difficulty. Jesus is going to lead us through every one of them. Psalm chapter 34 and verse 19 says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all." The Bible encourages us to endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ in 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. In fact, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Do you remember the advice that Winston Churchill gave in one of his most famous speeches? He simply said, "Don't ever, ever, ever give up." John Maxwell, in his book, The Success Journey, relates a story that took place in Mexico City in 1968. The year that they had the Olympics there in Mexico City. An Ethiopian won the marathon race. The crowd was thrilled and cheered for him as he ran to the finish line, and the crowd lingered there waiting for the last of the runners to come through. It was getting dark, and one by one they started leaving the stadium. And as they were getting up to leave, they heard the sirens and turned to see one last runner completing the 26-mile race. This racer from Tanzania was wounded and had his leg bandaged, and he continued limping in very obvious pain. The crowd was overwhelmed and loudly cheered for him when he passed over the finish line. Reporters asked him why he didn't give up, why he didn't quit even though he'd been injured, since he knew that he had already lost the race. And he said, "My country did not send me to Mexico City to start a race. They sent me to finish a race." Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11 teaches the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It is given to him that endures until the end. Endure. Run the race with patience, with faithfulness, for the hope and the prize that is before you.